Friends, we can all see that many white bloggers have millions of followers. Please support me too, because my followers are still few. Black bloggers also deserve to be famous. My friends, let's unite and lift each other up. Please press subscribe button and like. Morris Landry pulled off the two-lane road that wound along Caddo Lake, expecting to see his cabin's porch lights glinting through the trees. Instead, he froze. The cabin was gone, nothing but a pile of splintered wood and shattered glass remained. The dock he had built was ripped apart, and the land looked like a demolition crew had erased years of his hard work in a single day. Morris stepped out his truck, shock coursing through him. He dropped to his knees, picking up a broken piece of cedar, one of the boards he had stained himself just last summer. "Why?" he whispered. The sound of footsteps pulled him back to reality. His neighbor, Franklin Dade, approached cautiously. "Morris, you didn't hear?" Franklin asked quietly. "Hear what?" Morris's voice cracked. "The HOA. Beverly Hensley had a crew out here yesterday. Said you hadn't paid your fees. They tore it down." Morris stared at him, disbelief mixing with rage. "Fees? I paid every damn fee. What gave them the right to do this?" Franklin shifted uncomfortably. "You know Beverly. She's been saying for months that you were behind. Folks tried to tell her to slow down, but..." He trailed off, glancing at the rubble. "She wanted this lot bad, Morris. Everybody knows it." Morris clenched his fists, anger boiling inside him. "She stole my home." That evening, Morris drove to Shreveport to stay with his sister, Adrienne. She met him at the door, worry etched across her face. "What happened?" she asked. "They destroyed it. Beverly sent a crew. My cabin's gone." Adrienne's eyes widened. "She what?" "I didn't pay fees. You know damn well I paid." "This isn't just wrong, it's criminal," Adrienne insisted. "She had no legal authority to demolish your home." Morris rubbed his temples. "What am I supposed to do? File a complaint? You know how long that'll take." His cousin Reuben, a federal marshal visiting from Dallas, stepped in. "You don't have to fight this alone. If Beverly thinks she can bully you, she doesn't know who she's dealing with." For the first time since seeing the ruins of his cabin, Morris felt a spark of resolve. But he didn't realize that the fight ahead would expose something much bigger, and Beverly Hensley was about to learn that some battles can't be won with threats and bulldozers. A.S. Morris and his family began to gather evidence against Beverly. They discovered a trail of corruption that could bring her entire operation down. The deeper they dug, the more they uncovered about her abuse of power and manipulation of HOA rules. One evening, as they sat around the kitchen table, Morris finally allowed himself a half-smile. She thought she was a storm, but she's about to see what it's like when the tide turns. The next day, they decided to confront Beverly at the upcoming HOA meeting. Morris felt a mix of anxiety and determination as he prepared his evidence. He knew he wasn't just fighting for his cabin. He was fighting for justice against a woman who had terrorized their community for too long that on the night of the meeting, the atmosphere was charged with tension. Neighbors filled the room, some out of curiosity, others out of loyalty to Beverly. Morris stood at the back, his heart racing. He could see Beverly at the front, her usual confident demeanor on display, but he sensed the cracks beginning to show. As the meeting commenced, Morris waited for the right moment. When Beverly began discussing community updates, he felt a surge of courage. "Excuse me, Beverly," he called out, his voice steady. "I have something to say." The room fell silent, all eyes turning to him. Beverly's smile faltered slightly, but she quickly regained her composure. "Mr. Landry, concerns must be submitted in writing prior to meetings." "This isn't just a concern. It's a matter of justice," Morris replied, stepping forward. "You demolished my home without any legal authority. I have proof that I paid my fees every year on time." He pulled out the stack of documents, handing copies to the neighbors in the front row. "Here are my bank statements, my receipts, and the letters you ignored. You acted outside your authority, and I won't let you get away with it." Gasps rippled through the crowd as Beverly's expression shifted from confidence to irritation. "This is slander. You're trying to undermine the association." Morris pressed on, his voice rising. "No, Beverly. You've been using your position to intimidate and manipulate us. I'm not the only one you've wronged. Neighbors have come forward with their own stories of your abuse. Just then, Franklin stood up from the back. I saw her give the order to the crew myself. No court papers, just her word. Morris felt a rush of support from the crowd. We're done being silent. We're taking this to the district attorney's office. You can't hide behind your position anymore. Beverly's face turned pale as the room erupted into murmurs of agreement. Morris could feel the tide turning, and for the first time, he saw a glimmer of hope. But just as he thought they had her cornered, Beverly's eyes narrowed and a cold smile crept across her face. "This isn't over, Morris," she said, her voice low and threatening. "You have no idea what you're getting into." Morris's heart raced as he realized that the fight was far from over. The stakes had just been raised, and he was about to step into a battle that would test everything he had. As the meeting continued, Morris felt the weight of the community's eyes on him. He knew he had to keep pushing forward. "Beverly, you've used fear to control this neighborhood for too long. We're not afraid anymore." Beverly's expression hardened. "You think you can take me down? I've been running this HOA for years. You're just one man." Morris took a deep breath, feeling the support of his neighbors behind him. One man can make a difference, especially when he's fighting for what's right. "You may have power, but we have the truth." The crowd erupted in applause, and Morris felt a surge of adrenaline. He was no longer just fighting for his cabin. He was fighting for the entire community that had suffered under Beverly's reign. As the meeting drew to a close, Morris knew they had struck a chord, but he also understood that Beverly wouldn't back down easily. She was a formidable opponent, and the battle was just beginning. Do you want to know the fate of the heroes? Please post part 2. Subscribe to the channel and continue watching. Your opinion and support are important to me. Leave it in the comments. Thank you.